So the next question I have is for everyone, again, general, but I would like for all of you to share your advocacy goals. Okay, so this time we're going to start with, if you don't mind, Annalee.
My biggest goal is doing what Cruz did. I had spoken with Leah about this, and although I love to talk about adult education, love coaching students when I enroll them in our program, I just love what we offer in our program. My goal is to do exactly what Cruz did and bring somebody from legislature to our campus and make them aware of what the funding is doing to help people in our community in the Doña Ana County. That is my biggest goal. And, I am running into some barriers and stuff, because of my lack of knowledge of how to get started, but I do plan to do that. That's my biggest goal.
Great, thank you. All right, so why don't we go to Samuel?
My first goal is to inspire others who are on the verge of deciding, should I take the plunge? Should I do this GED, get through the doubts in their lives, the people that have told them they can't, and show them that they can and will succeed. And all they have to do is take that step. These programs are so amazing. That's my first goal for advocacy. My second goal for advocacy is to show legislators that this is important and they are changing people's lives. And just to secure funding, not only for now, but for the future. I want everyone to have the opportunities that I did, and even maybe some more graces that I did not. And my third goal for advocacy is a bit more ambitious, which is when people see that New Mexico is thriving, that New Mexico has such a strong and healthy community and workforce, that will make them ask the question, what are they doing? Who are the people that spread the message? What is this New Mexico place doing? And inspire other states to pick up the pace is the idea. Catch up to us is the idea. And those are my goals.
I love that. We will be a model state someday. We will. Thank you so much. Linnea.
I think my biggest advocacy goal right now, Samuel said it, is just to inspire. I think I want to inspire people to want to get their GED, to want to continue their education. And I want to inspire officials, to let them know that it's changing lives. It really is. It's changing lives. It's really giving people opportunities to just put their best foot forward and do something different.
Great. Thank you so much. Zane.
So my advocacy goal for my community would encourage others to stay in the program. Usually we have a lot of people that are just wanting to get in the classes just to say that they're in classes and they're doing school, but in reality they're not really going to, and they're not joining classes. And it's just a big thing that I want to do. I just want to really encourage people to do it and share my story, and hopefully it'll inspire them to get back in the game.
Thank you so much. Cruz.
My advocacy goals is to be able to reach more rural communities, because Española is a small town, but then we also have other rural towns where I don't think adult education is as accessible, or they don't have the resources that we do have here within Española. And also an advocacy goal would also be able to retain the students that we currently do have and reduce the dropout rates within our school, within our program.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Oh, Leah, if you will share your advocacy goals.
My advocacy goals are to break the stereotypes and to create an inclusive environment, not only in the classroom, but on campus where these classrooms are being held, as well as in the community. So this goes above and beyond what we're doing now. There's so much, like Cruz mentioned, the retention. We've got to get those numbers healthy numbers, healthy, active, a body of education going on in continuing education. And, and with that source, then the funding, and the money and being able to connect the legislatures and stuff, that it's so big. Oh my gosh, like Samuel, it like goes above and beyond. It's so big. And yeah, I want to give me a megaphone. Somebody give me a megaphone, and just shout it from the the tallest building. But just shout it out and just say, we are functioning. We're sacrificing family, work, time, space, other hurdles that the public road it's given, for staying in public education and stuff. So for us to come in later in life and have all these different dynamics going on in our lives, and still moving forward from that says so much on how important continuing education is, and just as the society in general. I don't think we realize that we're not giving enough credit to everybody who is focusing and juggling and facing some style of a barrier or a boundary or something like that. And I just want to blow that all out of the water. It shouldn't even be allowed, but here we are, and we're fighting, for that inclusiveness. And so give me my megaphone. We'll get this taken care of.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And thank you all so much for sharing your advocacy goals. So for the final question, I am going to turn it back over to Nadia.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Just thank you guys so much. It's really been wonderful just getting to know you guys a little bit better, and hearing, your passion, your experiences, and your goals. That's so important. And I think most importantly, what we can all gather is you guys are a face of adult ed, but you're also a face of students. And I am sure that when people hear you, they feel a little less alone, and that sometimes when we don't quite have our goals, or some things seem so far away, it can feel really alienating. And so I think one of the most powerful things that you guys do is really just be present and loud. That's Leah's microphone. And I just have the utmost, admiration and respect for you guys. So thank you. But the final question is really, it doesn't even have to be about advocacy. What do you want people to know about you? What do you want listeners who tune into this want them to know about you? And just because we're going on the same trajectory here, we're just going to, go one by one. Zane.
What I want listeners to know about me is I'm 19 years old, and I'm working at JCPenney's now. I have been for about 2 months, going on 3. I'm in Roswell, NM, and I'm a very fun person, and I'm glad you guys are listening to this.
I think people would say that they're glad that you're here and you're present. And also thank you all of you guys for coming in, especially Zane. I know you had work, and you guys all have other stuff going on, life stuff, work stuff, family stuff. And just, again, I can't thank you enough for taking the time. Yeah. So, Annalie, what do you want people to know about you?
What I want people to know about me is something very, very dear to my heart, and I'm very passionate about, is education is something that anybody can attain. And with this program that we're so fortunate to have in our county, there's really nothing to hold you back other than oneself. Again, I don't want anyone to wait as long as I did to make the decision to start their education, start off where they left off. On my story, I put, I never lost a dream, because as old as I was, I always had that dream in the back of my head of saying, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to get my GED, and I'm going to get my college degree. And yes, it's hard. It's a sacrifice, but I made it. And I'm just so grateful to be part of this program and, continue funding this program as long as I have a voice. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's excellent. Linnea, what do you want people to know about you?
I think first and foremost, I would want people to know that there was a time in my life where I didn't think that I'd make it as far as I have. There are things in my life that should have taken away from me, but they just kind of made me who I am today. And my education is a big part of that. You know, conventional high school wasn't the environment for me, and that's okay. You know, it's not like I wasn't smart enough, or it's not like I didn't have what everyone else had. It just wasn't the place for me. You know, it wasn't the social setting for me, and that's okay. And thankfully I found a way to still get my education and, you know, still be able to be myself. So it's never too late, like Annalie says. And it's for everybody. Education is for everybody. You know, education has really changed my life for the better, and I just want people to know that. You know, education is challenging. You have to meet it halfway, and you have to put in the work. But at the same time, it's a reward. It's going to reward your life. It's going to enrich your life.
Yeah, really well put. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. What about you, Samuel? What do you want people to know about you?
Okay. I'm 23 years old. I have came out from some challenges in my life, namely childhood cancer. I went from that environment to an adult education program, and I graduated at that program last year, November. And I'm now I'm enrolled and I have classes at the University of New Mexico. And the main thing I want people to know about me, and maybe hopefully they might think of it, is life has been very difficult for everyone, including myself. But that's not a reason to not work on yourself, or that's how I always told it to myself. There's always room to work on oneself, and that's what I want people to know about me, is that through adversity, I've succeeded in whatever way I can. That's what I want people to know.
Excellent. Really wonderful. Thank you. And of course, Leah, what do you want people to know about you?
Well, I am the troublemaker in the group. And I want people to know that I have raised a family. I have grandchildren now. I have worked, you know, I have functioned as a non-educated individual in this world for 47 years. Since ninth grade. How about that? You know, I've gotten through. So why go back and get the GED? Because I can, was part of the reason. I've done everything. I've got, you know, I was married and children, raised children, and I got 3 beautiful grandchildren. And you know, I've had jobs where I've advocated for other individuals and for the elderly and the dying, and for developmentally delayed adults, and, you know, Head Start programs and stuff. And here I find this is a different world. This is now kind of advocating for myself. And we're naturally learning people, right? We crave to learn and absorb information, whatever that information may be. Education is a great place to absorb some learning and take to heart something that you can actively then respond to, right? And get and turn around and get your education. And it is, I will always say, this is the best thing I have ever given myself. And it is the best journey I have ever been on. And because it's just for me. Don't do it for your mom. Don't do it for your dad. Don't do it for your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Don't do it for any other reason but for yourself. It's worth finding out what you're capable of learning after all these years, in my case, right? And taking in all this stuff. I love it. And so if I can do it, you can do it. And it doesn't matter if it takes you 2 months or 2 years. I'm now ready to start doing my testing side, like GED testing. I've gone through my practice testing, and I'm ready. I'm ready to put a nail in this coffin and go. So that's my story.
Absolutely fantastic. All of you guys, I really appreciate you just, you know, being raw and out there, and people benefit. People benefit from hearing you, from students to teachers to admin, to remind themselves why they originally, you know, stayed in this work. It's not always what got you there, but it is what keeps you. Our students like you guys Yeah, and I just wanted to say thank you again. It's been really wonderful to sit down with you guys. Before we end, Jamie, do you have anything else to say or ask?
I just wanted to echo, what Nadia was saying. Thank you all so much, not just for being student ambassadors. I mean, you all have gone above and beyond anything I could have ever imagined already. And you've been student ambassadors for just a few short months. And you continue to not just impress me, but I am in awe of every single one of you all the time. And so, thank you for that. And thank you for being willing to meet with us today and share some of your own personal experiences, giving of your time to do that on behalf of NMEA, on behalf of Propel, and all adult education practitioners. Thank you so much.